Now let's talk about the race for Connecticut's 5th congressional district. Incumbent Democratic Congresswoman Jahana Hayes has her first TV ad out of this cycle. She's facing a rematch with her 2022 opponent, Republican former state senator George Logan. News 8 political contributor Mike Cerulli has the latest on the race.
The TV blitz for Congresswoman Jahana Hayes' re-election bid is on, with a little help from her husband.
In the Hayes house, we're committed to service. I'm proud to say I've served in law enforcement for over 27 years.
That commitment to service extends to the 5th District. Congresswoman Hayes highlighting some of the policies she has pushed for in her 3 terms in office.
If you look at the legislation that I have sponsored and co-sponsored, it's to feed children, to educate children, to protect women's reproductive rights, to protect our farmers, nutrition programs.
We asked Hayes if she planned to debate Logan, an issue that the Republican has raised in recent days. She said she's agreed to one.
So I welcome a debate, and his campaign has already been made aware of that, and we're already working out the details.
For now, it appears Hayes is resting on her political record.
If you look at the legislation that I have sponsored and co-sponsored, it's to feed children, to educate children, to protect women's reproductive rights, to protect our farmers, nutrition programs.
Hayes also touts Democratic plans to lower prescription drug prices, a key part of an agenda she says will help Americans dealing with rising consumer costs. On that point, Hayes' opponent, George Logan, argues Democratic policies have contributed to inflation. Logan broadly criticizes the collection of economic measures known as Bidenomics, which included nearly $2 trillion in COVID-19 stimulus and more than $1 trillion in climate and infrastructure spending.
She supports and touts Bidenomics. She thinks it's working. And I think that inflation has just been crushing folks in our district. She touts the economy, right? When I'm knocking on doors, what I'm hearing from folks is they want to know what is Congress going to do to bring down the cost of living. Right?
People are back to work. More jobs have been created. So when we talk about the economy, it's not just the price of, school supplies or what is in the grocery stores. It's making sure people have living wages, which he voted against raising the minimum wage. It's making sure that people have affordable housing, that they can afford health care.
Hayes said federal action on all those issues would be stalled if Logan wins and helps Republicans maintain control of Congress.
We wouldn't even see these things come up for a vote because Mike Johnson would be the one setting the agenda in the Congress.
Reporting in Waterbury, I'm Mike Cerulli, News 8.